What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Cooking Under Quarantine. I'm Jim with Doesn't Pay Full Price. Today marks day 14. The one thing that I really miss is sushi. We're gonna make some spicy tuna rolls today using only items in your pantry for the most part. So we're gonna take some of this tuna and get going. Stick with me. Let's start with our sushi rice. So we're gonna add to a pot or a big bowl, cup and a half of short grain sushi rice. And then you're going to want to rinse this 3 or 4 times. Just move it around in the pot. The water's going to start off cloudy, and then after about 3 or 4 times, it'll be much clearer. You can skip this step, but then you end with gluey, gross sushi rice, so don't skip this step. You're going to add it to your cooking vessel with 1 3/4 cups of water. This is an instant pot. I'm going to figure out how to use it. Let's see, low pressure, rice setting, 12 minutes. Cool. While that's cooking, we can make our seasoning. Add a little rice book. Helps if the cap is off. So we're going to start with a 1/4 cup of rice wine vinegar. Add that to a pot on medium heat. And then to that, we are going to add 1 tablespoon of sugar and a teaspoon of salt. And then stir that around till it's all dissolved. And then we're just going to let that cool. Alright, spicy tuna time. So we're starting with 2 tablespoons of full-fat mayonnaise. And we're going to make this mimic Japanese mayo. You could use sriracha. I've got this. Where's the camera at? Alright, I've got this garlic chili sauce. There's the shot I was looking for. So we're going to add 1 tablespoon of the chili garlic sauce to the mayo. And we're going to basically make it Japanese mayo with a little splash of rice wine vinegar, a teaspoon of sugar, stir it all up. Add a little salt to that. Taste it. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Alright, so figure out how to use your can opener and then open 1 can of tuna. And then rinse it off really well and let that drain. You don't want a lot of moisture on there. You can add some green onions to this spicy mix, or you can magically take them out in reverse motion. I just learned that. I'm going to add them and then add the tuna. Oh, this looks like cat food. Let's taste it. Oh, alright, it actually tastes pretty good. So our rice is done. You can see it's nice and firm but dry. So we're going to add our vinegar seasoning mix to that. And we're going to start to mix it up and realize that this shouldn't be in a metal bowl. This should be in a plastic non-reactive container so that the vinegar doesn't interact with the metal. We're also not using a metal spoon for this. And then just let that cool. So once your rice has cooled, we're going to start making tuna rolls. You want some nice wet hands. And then we're starting with a half sheet of nori. You can see there's a rough side and a smooth side. We're working rough side up today. We're going to start with just a thin layer of your rice all the way around there, leaving just a little bit on the end. And we're going to realize that we should have started with the mat first. Drop a couple chopsticks on the ground. Now we're in business. So cucumber. I'm going to add a little bit more green onion to this, and then a nice hearty spoonful of our spicy tuna. And then you're basically going to want to roll it over, taking the end closest to you and touching the opposite end. And that really helps with this. And then give it a nice pull back, making sure that's a nice tight sushi roll. Roll it over 1 more time just to get the shape in and seal the bottom. And let's see how we did. Well, all right, well, not too bad. Maybe a little bit too much filling. We can do better. We're going to start with a full nori sheet, fold it in half, then cut it in half. Mat down first this time. See, that's why I'm here. Then we add our sushi, all of our fillings. Nice heady helping of that tuna. And then, look at that, sealed a little bit better, nice and tight. But what if you want an inside-out sushi roll? We're going to cover our mat with plastic. And then just off camera, we're going to add all of our rice and then flip it over so the rice is down. Add your fillings on top and then roll it over. And then there you go. To cut it, we're going to cut it in half, line up the 2 halves, and then make 1, 2, 3 equal cuts so that you have 2, 4, 6, 8 pieces. And then there it is, spicy tuna roll. Look at that. All right, so moment of truth. Biggest question now, I guess, is how's it taste? Better than I thought it would be. It's actually pretty good. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Jim for Doesn't Pay Full Price. See you next time.